Live and direct from the 2023 SVG Venue Summit, Christian Arnett is here with Sports Video Group with the man that makes it happen. It's Ryan Halkett with the New York Islanders. Ryan, first of all, thank you for having us, and how are you doing today?
Doing great today. This has been a great event. A number of people I've talked to have just said how wonderful this event was, and seeing the arena, and I think, you and I spoke about this a year ago, right? Seeing people come through, and we haven't had a lot of visitors. We started to get a lot more lately, but seeing people come through and see that the hard work that we, stressed and went crazy for trying to get into this building, but seeing people really appreciate what we've done here and kind of be wowed by a lot of things makes you feel really good.
Right. We first spoke March 19th, 2022. It was the Nickelodeon game versus the Dallas Stars.
Yep.
Right now it's March 14th as of recording of 2023. Take me back a year ago. Where were you then and where are you now?
I remember getting asked that question yesterday when we were doing the intro. And I stopped for a second, took my back, of like where my head was at a year ago. And we were still just trying to get through the season. When we opened up in November, it was a race. And that race never stopped. And we were always trying to figure things out, get to a place. And we always said, we can't wait for the off season just to breathe and learn the 10 other things this piece of equipment can do, or learn how we can make this more special, right? So when we had that, I remember saying this yesterday when we were talking to the group, I had a million things going on my mind. Loved the idea of it. I couldn't even think that far in advance. Right. I'm still trying to get through the next week, right? But as I've seen and, as I've been a part of the SVG and, you guys do tremendous things, the opportunity to have this here was special to us.
Well, we appreciate you opening the doors for us to have it here because this place is absolutely beautiful. Even a year after I first saw it, when I first spoke to you. What's next? You were asked that yesterday. Yeah. You had some time to think about it. But what's the next iteration of UBS Arena next season and beyond?
Yeah. It's funny, when I was asked yesterday what's next, I thought he meant on the agenda for the day. So I was thrown off a little bit. Yeah. But when I really think about what's next is we've set a very good baseline foundation here. We were really lucky to work with some great vendors and get the right equipment in here. Between, Diversified, Everts, Grass Valley, Quince, Riedel, Expression, Ross. And we really have what I like to call a Ferrari. Sure. And this year, we were really able to look at the equipment and start working with it and pushing it in new ways. DAC has enabled us to do that as well. Don't want to leave them out. Sure. Right. So with all of that said, is what's next is now we need to take the fan experience. We've kind of mastered, the ice projection is great. The visuals are great. We know how to use the board now. We know how to use the sound system. Right. So now what's next? One is big plays into the content space. How do we really start taking the content we create and making a magical experience, right? So that's one area. The other area is how do we connect the fans to the experience more? Sure. How do we use different technologies that we can put stuff into their mobile device that brings them in closer? So that's a big area that we're working on as well. Sure. You see what's happening in the broadcast space. How do we work with our RSNs to develop products that really help the fan get closer to the brand, the team, and the game itself, right? So when I think about what's next, that's where we're looking to go. Is you look at the VR opportunities, the AI opportunities, the AR opportunities. How do we take those technologies, create tools that are frictionless for fans? There's that key word again, frictionless, right? But it adds value to the experience and really adds value to the experience. When you're sitting in your seat, it's not just about mobile ordering or, can I get that piece of merchandise delivered to my seat? It's about how do I engage with the community that I'm in? How do I engage with the board? How do I get more value from that? How am I rewarded for that? So looking at some kind of complement that brings all that together. And we're actually working on something with AWS and Verizon right now that is really going to kind of be different than any other team has done. to date, but to really kind of make that community come together in a different way. And I'm not just talking about inside the venue. I'm talking about outside the venue too. How do we bring everybody together?
Right. How do you take the Islanders not only in here, but for fans, driving home in the car, going to the car, staying at home, talking about the Islanders 24/7.
Exactly.
So you bought the Ferrari off the parking lot. You don't want to keep it in the garage. You want to make sure it's going 90 on the highway. Ryan, thank you for the time again.
No, my pleasure.
Gracious host. You did great. This place is beautiful, and I can't wait to see how great it is in 5, 10, 20 years.
I look forward to doing this interview next year in the same place.
For more interviews like this one with Ryan here at UBS, please head over to our website at sportsvideo.org.